Preparing to live stream. Hey Kevin, you mentioned a while back the preparing to live stream. This is so big. I should be talking to you guys. I'm live right now. I'm waiting for the ladies. It's the ladies. They'll be on soon. We can talk while we're here. What's going on? Y'all good? How do you get this? You think the mask fogging is annoying? This is annoying too. Let me turn on my premenopausal fan. How do you get it to not fog up like that? Or can you? I need the thing to. This is too close. Back it up. Don't go nowhere. And what? I don't think he's going to be cool. Bam! I don't have my chat open up, so I don't know if y'all are talking to me or not. I don't know. It's 9. Where is everybody? Get up, everybody. No more sleeping in bed. Shamalama ding dong. Y'all good? How are we? Are my eyes looking less puffy? I've been looking puffy. You know what it is? Dairy. I gotta cut back on dairy. When I cut back on dairy, I don't feel like a swollen boar. You know, the pig, the wild boar. Sorry. Keeping it real, relatable. Pew, pew, pew. We have one, Marina. Oh, let me introduce her. She is here. Oh, Marina. I love you. You're the one for me. Take your time, girl.
Hey, I was on Instagram Live and then I was like, wait, I gotta go. You guys listen, make sure you listen to Jackie Fabulous because she's fabulous. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. Oh, this is live? Oh, girl, we live? Are we live up in this?
We live on YouTube, girl.
Ooh. Oh, I can't see. Oh, no.
What? Usually you don't see a lot of people, but when I log off, it'd be like 1,000 were watching streaming. I don't know why they don't show as I do it, but whatever. How are you?
I'm good, girl. How are you?
I am good. Can you see?
I can't see. I'm trying to be sexy because you never know, but I can't even see.
What? Do you need the glasses? You're not reading anything. I just need to see your beautiful face.
That's the thing. I can't see your beautiful face. I can see you drinking. That's wine.
You sound extra black, like a black auntie. Is that wine?
Is that wine? Where that at? Who that at? Where that at?
Where you get wine from?
Yeah, girl.
How was your day? I'm waiting on my 2 other guests.
Oh, you have 2 other. It's not just. I thought it was all about me.
It can be, but I do it. When I do this, It's a panel of Black female comics. And I've only been asking the LA because I'm so used to the LA girl. I need to rely more on y'all, but y'all be busy. Y'all don't have time.
I'm not that busy.
You're not.
No, everyone's acting like they're not.
You sure?
I'm not busy. I just be doing the
when I text Yamanika, she gives me this long like, girl, I gotta see and I gotta blah blah blah. I know that
Yamanika.
I know Chloe's working on it. She's a writer on a show right now.
Mm-hmm. So she's busy.
Janelle James be busy working on stuff, TV writer. So when I try and hit y'all, I'll be like, girl, I wish I could, but blah blah blah. So I assume y'all don't have time for me. That's all.
I'm not working like those ones you've mentioned.
You just did something with Colin Quinn. Hold on, let me get I don't think y'all have met. Yeah, y'all get to meet new friends.
Oh, I should put my glasses on so I can see them. What's going on?
Where's she at? She's coming on.
Do you see that white family?
Y'all, I barely made it. I thought it was 6:30, y'all.
Oh, no, 6. Whenever.
Jackie, I changed my background for you too. Look at that.
You did? Look at you. Okay, do y'all know each other? Marina Franklin. This is Camellia Straddick.
Hello.
Stradwick, Jackie Stradwick.
I thought your name was Sedgwick all this time.
It's Stradwick. Jackie.
Do your homework, Jackie.
I've known her for years.
Stradwick.
I've known her during the extension days. I've known her for a long time.
I had to wait.
So Marina, Camellia Marina.
Hi.
Hey.
Camellia is part of my LA codependency. I tell Marina that whenever I need female comment, I always ask the LA girls first because I'm so used to y'all.
I mean, because how long were you here, Jackie? What, 10 years?
20.
What?
Yeah.
So but you were like the OC. You were everywhere.
I lived in Orange County for 5 years before I moved to the city of LA or LA County. Mm-hmm. So my dependency is y'all. And when I try and hit up the New York girls, the East Coast girls, they be busy. But then
that's not true. And we ain't doing shit on the West Coast. You understand me?
I'm not doing anything.
Marina's like, Jackie, they be lying. They don't be busy like that.
No one's busy. No one's busy. Stop acting like you're busy. They're not. They're all just sitting. They're just sitting in their box doing Zooms.
That's busy.
Girl,
that ain't busy. I just did a show. There was someone talking in a cab ride or something. I don't know.
You're like, that's not busy.
It's not.
Oh, I found a picture, Camellia, of you on my Facebook when you had the hair. And I was like, oh, I remember the hair.
You know, I miss that weave, honey. Well, sometimes it was weave, sometimes it was mine, but I miss it.
It was beautiful. I couldn't tell.
I got some hair in the closet. I think, look. I got some bundles in there.
I used to have an extension too.
What style was it?
That's how old it is. Look at me. I'm saying it's.
I was about to say that was years ago. Years.
I used to have an extension or two. I did. I had braids.
Well, that's not the same thing as rocking the fluffy hair.
I was half braids, half straight.
Was it like what is it called? Like, was it like braided a little bit and then straight? Yeah. What is that called, Jackie?
I don't know what that's called.
A lot of work. You mean you had the very fine braid and then the hair was out? Ooh, that's the micro braids.
I had this little African woman. She had these amazing fingers.
Girl, I never could get braids because my edges over here. If I pull this back, I look like George Jefferson over here. Okay? I look like Deacon Fry if I pull this back.
They do it so tight, and she would get the littlest little piece of hair, and she would braid the shit out of that little piece of hair. And I was like, "How are your fingers doing that?"
That's not that they're not good, but the African hair braiders, they're efficient because they do grab every trace of hair, and then when it's time to come out, you're like, that's bald now. But I keep doing it. Because right now my edges, I take the braids out, give it a rest, the edges grow back, then I put it back in. I'm like, I forget, like, you know what happens when you keep the braids in too long.
Oh yeah.
But I love the low maintenance of braid, and I love having the long. I think they're so beautiful. That's why I keep doing it.
Yeah. No, your braids always look good.
Thank
Your
you.
braids look good.
But I just be like, girl, you know what you're doing. Give us a break. I gotta take.
Yeah, I had to stop the braids because I was losing hair. That's why I stopped. I was doing it to go into the natural stage where I'm at now. Where I've been
that's
for
why
years.
I did it, and then I got used to it. I got dependent on it, and I took my braids out. Look how long my hair has gotten since all the braids. It's like it's in a bun up here. So that's
what you gonna do with it next, Jackie? Are you gonna keep getting braids? What's up? Because you had the fade on the side.
I love the mohawk, but I started to miss hair so badly. I got sad. I'm like, I miss having hair. But then the gray hair would come in so fast. Then when I had the mohawk like, the gray is gonna be here in 35 minutes.
Girl, listen, I got girl, they be up here like, hey, what's really good? It's because my dad is gray. My dad is gray, so.
Oh, let me see. You don't have any gray hair. I got to put my glasses to see.
But I would buy the L'Oreal hair color.
Oh my God, you're gorgeous.
Put the glasses.
Jesus Christ! I didn't the detail now. Look at those eyebrows. You're getting those eyebrows done in quarantine.
No, I ain't close up. Look, I haven't had my eyebrows done since January. Don't get close up.
January?
I know how to mask it. I just draw them bigger than what they are. So now I be like lining them like beyond the original like shape. It's been since January.
I get mine done very seldomly, but when I get them done, my lady's like, "Woo!" I'm like, "Bitch, can you keep your voice down? You ain't gotta react like that." I'm texting Courtney. I don't know where she at. Hold on.
Yeah, I used to get my mustache dirty too, but I bought a little shaver for the mustache.
I have been shaving like a dude, and I love it because it's very close, but I get the shadow. Like the next day, I'm like, and you know what's funny? When I go over homeboy's house and I stay for more than one day, I be like in bed, like in the dark, like, "Ooh, I gotta go home soon."
you got the tweezers. You got to put the tweezers in your
bring
purse.
The tweezers with you.
Tweezers? I need to bring a razor.
Judy Gold does a great joke about that.
What?
Judy Gold does a great premise, I should say. I don't know the whole joke, but she says something about like when you see her doing this, she's not listening to a word you're saying.
No, she's checking
that beard hair.
Like everything is frozen for that moment.
Like if I decide to cuddle with him, I'm like, oh, let me not get too close to. He gotta have on a shirt. If he's not wearing a shirt, I'm like, oh, he gonna feel this and start calling me sir.
Let these fools feel that beard hair. They ain't nobody. Look, sir, I gotta listen. They got the chin strap to go to. Do you want some?
Do you want this or not? You want this or not?
Wearing the mask, though, you do after a certain amount of time, you forget how long you've gone without checking this. I nair. So I nair today. One time I nair too long and I had a burn mark for about a good year.
A year?
Yeah. It did not. All the time. It was damage.
I nair down there. Everyone tells me that I'm crazy, but I know how long. I know how I have learned. I've had it on there too long before, too close to the money spot. And that is a lesson. You don't ever leave that timer alone after that. And I did it. And I always do it when I know that I might have a visitor, which is not enough time. You shouldn't do it.
You smell like relaxer. That's what you know it stank.
Oh, he touched you and you're like, ow! He's like, what's wrong with you? I'm like, my bad. Sorry. I had nair on for 2 minutes too long before I got here. So now I learned, don't do it the night of, or do it in the morning or the day before. And don't put it too close. With the hood and then the money spot, don't go over there because that'll ruin your whole evening. You'll pee and be like,
I'm still in pain from that story. That I once had a guy like trace my mustache like this on camera. Like you could just see his finger going, look, I could.
Why would he do that?
He's old. He was like 70 years old. And he just was honest.
About what?
My mustache was showing because I had said to him, no, it's not. He goes, yes, it is. And he went.
But you know what he used to back in the day when everybody had like coochie hair and like,
he misses it.
He liked it. He said it was okay. Yeah. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then
but strippers used to have full bushes.
Oh.
And I stopped dyeing my hair. I'm letting the silver grow in. And he was like, that just means your berry is nice and sweet now. I was like, aw. What else he gonna say? I'm like, you want to see If you want me to see your dick ever again, what else are you going to say besides, it's beautiful? You know? Okay. The topic of tonight.
Oh, there's a topic?
Yeah. I'm not organized like you, girl.
I've never done it.
It's about coping. It's about how we've been coping during the pandemic. What have you been doing too much of, too little of? What do you want to do more of? And I'm not going to lie. When this all started, I was in such despair and confusion because, you know, when this began, you're kind of like, are we all going to die? Like, you don't know what's going to happen. So I haven't counted a calorie in months. And I'm not going to lie, I was smoking too much weed and drinking a lot. And, you know, I was pretty happy because you feel like, well, fuck it. I might as well just blow up and be drunk and high all the time, have sex and not care. And then I noticed that a lot of people that I've always known to be working, they're back at work. Production has started again. People are auditioning, they're booking. Everyone got on a mask. They're getting a COVID every day a test. So people are getting back to work. So now I'm like, okay, now I need to eat regular meals, get back into vegetables, back to drinking water, less alcohol, less carb, you know, just not even dieting, just having breakfast and then lunch and then dinner as opposed to a big ass, you know, lasagna for breakfast and stuff like that. So I was coping in a way, but I'm not going to lie. I was happy. I was happy in how I was coping, but the results of what I was doing, you could see. My clothes were I was buying a larger size. Everything was, so I have a thing where if I'm doing too much, I'm probably too comfortable. And my comfort, when I get too comfortable, I gain a lot of weight. I'm drinking too much. I'm not picking the right companions, that kind of stuff. So have any of you been doing anything, you know, what have you been doing or not too much of? What have you been doing too much of that you got to either stop or have it dissipate over, you know, these next couple of months while we figure out life?
First of all, Jackie, besides you know, maybe having, you know, food that you probably wouldn't have eaten in a normal time, you was out here killing it. Jackie, you was nonstop this whole pandemic. You were the first one to jump on these Zoom shows. You were the first, like, that Zoom crusader that was like, Zoom shows are great. You were like doing, like, actually working. So I feel like hearing you say it, I'm like, well, when were you doing that? Because you was on 7 shows a night.
Well, that's because the sets weren't long. Every now and then I would do a headlining like 30-minute, 45-minute thing, but I was doing it to escape. Not because I necessarily love a Zoom show, but I'm like, okay, I could either do a Zoom show or not do shit until this gets figured out. And that would make me, I would sign on. If I didn't perform the way I have been, you would see me and be like, girl, you okay? You'd be texting me like, girl, I'm not saying you're still pretty, but there's a lot of you now. So that's why it's good that I've been working, because I have to, you know?
Yeah, no, I get it. And you know, because you remember when we first got shut down, we didn't know, we thought it was gonna be like a month. So everybody literally was like, oh, it's a vacation. I'm gonna kick it for a month. I ain't had a vacation.
Oh, that was the beginning conversation. Yes.
Yeah. All the comments were like, you know, it's my first time being home with the family. And then it turned into 9 months. And then that's when people were like, oh, this is the bull.
Yeah, I actually knew this was not going to be over until November. I was one of the ones who knew in January this was coming. So I knew.
You knew?
Yeah, you could ask Rachel Feinstein. She was like, Marina was the only one. You know, everyone responded when Tom Hanks got sick. Everyone was like, oh, this is real. The celebrity, this Tom Hanks got it is real. And then when Idris got it, they're like, black people are like, oh, we do get it. So I was right, because I was remember that beginning conversation. Black people don't get it, you know. And then the news was like, yeah, you guys are the only ones getting it. And then white people were like, we don't get it. And they're like, oh, we do get it. It's just the whole thing. But I knew in January. I actually knew in November of 2009.
You're sticking by that word knew? You knew.
I did. I knew in November of 2019.
Oh, you Jesus? How'd you know?
No, because I have been psychic, but
that's
I don't always admit to it. But this was the first time in November I had that cough for a solid 2 months, and I was like crying. It was so hard, and I couldn't breathe. And then I was like, my neighbors, I thought they would complain at some point because it was nonstop for 2 months. And I was like, this is not normal. And then I heard people, we're comics, we travel, we're on the road. We can hear the rhythm of life when it changes up. So I was on a plane and I could hear everyone had a similar cough that I had. And it was strange. I said, this is not normal. the way they're coughing. They can't stop.
The
like
whole
I
plane got a call. What the fuck?
Well, it was just people, certain people on that plane would have that same cough that I had where they could not stop. And I said it out loud to myself. I said, something is coming and it's not good. I think this is a global pandemic.
What? Why you ain't text me and tell me you
Why
knew
you ain't telling nobody? Right. Why you ain't telling?
Because I always, that's the problem of being older and being not sure if you're psychic or not. Part of being psychic, the problem with getting older is you start to not trust your own thoughts. So good psychics trust their thoughts and they go with it. I just was, for the first time, I was like, I think, but I don't know if I should share it.
You know, I was
but everybody was sick.
I was cleaning up. I'm sorry. Ahead, I was cleaning up my backpacks, my travel purses, and I was going through one of my leather backpacks that I only carry to travel, and there was all kind of cold medicine in all the pockets, and I haven't touched that backpack since. I was touring like crazy because I was taking cold. I was on a plane. I was like nervous, like why. I would have tissue and cold medicine before the flight, during the flight. And I was like, I had the flu, but I thought I had the flu for 2 months. And I didn't know what it was.
You had this.
I had that. And now I look back and I have cold medicine in all these bags that I haven't touched or had a reason to. And I'm like, that was when I had the vid. Because there is cold medicine in every pocket. And I'm like, why? I don't get sick like that. I may get the flu once a year. But this, and I'm like something, and I had a feeling, but like, I'm like, I don't know what this is. I'm just unhealthy.
I knew. And then I said, I am not, after I got better, I was like, I'm not going to shake anyone's hands anymore. I got to take care of, because I had just finished radiation treatment too. So that was, I was very open, vulnerable, immune system wise. I don't know.
Marina's a breast cancer survivor, Cornelia.
Oh, yes. Congrats for surviving that. Good.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Listen, this cancer. Don't get me started.
I know. So, but I just was like, I just knew. I said, I can't shake. I'm not going to shake hands. I don't hug. Jackie tried to hug me a couple of times. I was like, no, Jackie.
She'd run down the street from me. I'm like, where are you going?
Oh my God, this thing touched. And then I started wiping off my phone when I would sit it anywhere or on anything. I started doing that, and then I was like extra clean. And then when I saw that Wuhan article, I was like, oh shit, I was right. And then when this hit, to answer your question though, Jackie, when you said what have you changed, I was playing Fortnite with Yamanika and Mateo like every single day since March, almost like 3 times. Oh, it was too much.
Yeah.
It was too much. I had to stop. So I stopped 2 weeks ago.
Playing Fortnite?
I had to stop. It's addictive, man. It's addictive.
And you don't have to have a game console. I'm considering trying because I need something else to do besides obsessing about my life.
You won't do anything. Well, you won't write anything.
You're like, that won't help.
We get to the age, people have been saying, especially me, I don't have no hobbies. I just work. So we actually need a hobby. Because if you ask any comic what their hobbies are, it's outside of dudes, because they've been playing video games for the last 40 years. Right. But if you ask us what our hobbies
talking about, what y'all, what's up, ladies? What y'all?
Courtney Black introducing to Marina Franklin, a New York comic friend of mine.
Hi, Courtney. I feel like I've met you before.
I know. I think we met. Yeah.
Let me put my glasses on.
Girl, I just dropped mine off, but I got some shades with the prescription in it.
I do. I feel like I've met you, Courtney. Oh my God.
Hi. I think we've done something together.
Yeah.
I'm sorry I'm late. I just got back from the East Coast and I had 9 p.m. on my thing. So I'm sitting here watching the Housewives eating some El Pollo Loco. And I was like, oh shit. My bad.
Potomac? Which one are you? You watching Potomac?
Yeah, I'm always behind. I DVR the joint and, catch up.
I can't. I try to get into it, but I get mad. None of these bitches got jobs, but they fly as fuck.
I went to high school with Giselle. So
really?
And then I love all the Housewives. So.
Oh wait, she the one with the pastor, right? I don't watch either, but I watch on the Shade Room. Okay, so
you watch what they talking about on the Shade Room.
Yeah, I see the Shade Room.
I was following Atlanta Housewives years ago, and I got irritated because I'm like, they are fly, and most of them ain't got no job. And I was annoyed. I'm like,
they don't. I'm the only one who doesn't. I've never watched.
Well, it's called Housewives. They're supposed to be rich housewives. Mostly, they aren't housewives. Though.
And they ain't got no. A lot of them didn't have no man. I'm like, how are you a housewife? You ain't got no man. You ain't got no job.
Right.
But they face be laid. Their car be Land Rover helicopters. I'm like, where?
Bentleys.
Yeah, I like that because when the beginning they were all working on a business. They were trying to develop something. And at some point, they'd have been like, fuck it, we just rich. Because Bravo made us rich. That's why. But I'm sorry.
And they were in Atlanta. In Atlanta, you really don't. You can be rich with 100,000 in Atlanta. Like,
you can do really well.
You can make.
We would all be balling. I used to live in Atlanta. We would all be balling.
Oh, let me find out.
I'm coming to your house.
You know what's funny? I was online with Preacher Lawson, the brother from America's Got Talent. He's leaving LA and moving to Atlanta. And I was like, why? He's not even 30 yet. He bought a 4-bedroom, 4-bathroom house. And I was like, but you're alone. He's like, I'm gonna get a family. I'm like
300,000.
I'm like, you are straight and a black man, but you're gonna find a woman real quick, whether you want one or not. And he's like, Jackie, with the rent I pay here in Culver City, I could buy a mall.
Exactly.
So I'm like, you know what? Financially, that makes sense. Take your money and go have land as opposed to a 1-bedroom in Culver
right.
City.
Yeah. Because after a certain point, you can live anywhere.
You were talking
about going to Charlotte.
Where?
Charlotte.
You know what? I'm curious about Nashville. Although I know it's not a black place, but
yeah, I live there, so it's very limited.
Really, it looks cool on HGTV.
Not for
I was in grad school, so I was very didn't have a lot of free time, but it's very white. It's very country.
All we got is Atlanta. Where else can we go spend our money?
I'm actually researching homes in Vermont.
Houston. Where do you go? Vermont?
I am going. I just started looking for homes in Vermont. No
okay.
Joke. I've started the process. I don't know if I can afford this. I'm a first time homeowner, but I just want to start the process so I can figure out what I'm doing wrong or what I need to fix because I've already fixed my credit. So
maple syrup, girl, I'm with it.
And you know what? If there is a place where there are white people, it's going to be Vermont for me because at least it's like Bernie, the land of Bernie, and so I've been there several times. And as far as white people go, they're nice.
you know who was born in Vermont that surprised me? Damon Wayans Jr.
Really?
When that came out, I was like, why? He's like, I know. Well, he can't explain why, but I was like, I know, look at Killian's face. I think really?
Why?
That's interesting. I didn't know.
But why'd you pick Vermont? Like, why'd your research end you up there?
I've been there so many times for different things. I was there doing a play called Midsummer Night's Dream, Shakespeare, and the black people were the fairies because the black people were magical. They don't really exist to them. So, of course, it was a white director who thought that was a great idea, and but we stayed. I know. So we stayed in Vermont for 2 months, and I fell in love. It was just like I felt like I finally was the person. I was like not rushing. Nobody was hustling me all the time. New York was great for 20 years or whatever. But after a while, it's just not funny anymore.
Are you in New York now, Marina?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And where are you originally from?
I'm originally from Chicago.
Okay.
Yeah. So most of my family is gone from Chicago, except for my sister. And I thought about Michigan, which there's some nice homes there, but the racism still it bothers me. It's too close to Indiana, that KKK stuff. And it's not close enough to New York for me if I wanted to come to New York. But Vermont was just lovely. The people are so friendly each time I've been there. And I go there to that Vermont Comedy Club and the audience say a lot. You could tell from my audience what type of people live there. Yeah. And they're just they're good people, man. It's crazy. Nice. But
isn't it cold in New York? But you already in New York, you're used to the cold. I can't go from LA back to the upstate cold weather.
Yeah, Vermont is cold.
You couldn't do Chicago because Chicago's not cheap, first of all.
Yeah, exactly. I'm trying to save some money.
So where else is there? Because in a year
It's a
from
lot
now,
of black
I'd like
men in
to
Charlotte, Jackie.
Charlotte, North
I like
Carolina.
Charlotte.
Mm-hmm.
Why there?
It's just becoming one of those the
Atlanta,
cosmopolitan cities.
Yeah.
So it's like Atlanta, Charlotte, Houston, Dallas, but not
Dallas,
as much as the other places. But Charlotte, Atlanta, and Houston, those seem to be the three like popular black cities for young black people.
What about upstate New York, Marina? You ever thought about that? Westchester, anything like that? No.
I got family in Westchester. Yeah.
I mean, it's an idea, but I don't know. I just the New York.
If you move, it's Vermont.
Yeah, I would Airbnb it out and just have keep my apartment. My apartment I got when it was real low rent.
Nice.
So I just keep this and Airbnb it. I'm gonna figure it out so I have an option.
Right.
I'm low key mad that I gave my apartment up in LA because my apartment was a 2-bed, 2-bath, and it was $1,500. And I didn't. You know when you want to go, you're like, I want everything gone. Take all of my shit.
Get out of here.
Get out. You sure you want to give this away? Yes, free.
Yes, take it.
Want to go. And then you look back, you're like, I gave my boots away. I love those boots. So you got to realize.
Where were you in Torrance?
Huh? No, I was in the Valley Village near Burbank.
Oh, you was in
Studio City.
Yeah, I would have maybe asked you for that apartment, but with the dead body, I knew I would like.
Oh, I forgot about that. How you forget?
Oh, that's right.
I
can never forget it.
Marina, I had a roommate for a year, and he committed suicide while I was on the road.
Oh my God!
And the oh my God comes in where I didn't move.
Right. She stayed there for like another year. Was it like a year, Jackie?
Yeah, probably 2. Was it a year? A little over.
He's like, it's a gym. What did you do with his room? You were like,
it's an office. It was a nice office/closet.
Oh my God!
But you know why I wasn't in a rush to move?
He was in there, wasn't he?
He was in. That was his room. The reason why I didn't feel compelled to move because he was a really nice guy, and I didn't feel any bad energy when he died. He was a gentleman. He was a wonderful roommate. He was nice to me, on time, paid cash. So when he died, his spirit that was left behind, I'm sure, was like, I'm cool. You cool? We all cool.
But he committed suicide.
He shot himself in the head.
Girl, that was the other thing. Now, come on now. I can't do no splatter blood in my... Girl,
look, I'm gonna look at you with my glasses. Wait, hold on, Jackie. For real?
When
Jackie,
when the police and the brother came, what happened with the
when the police and everybody came? I was like in this room, and they were like, they wouldn't let me go back there to look. They were like, you do not want to see the scene. I was like, why? They're like, trust me, you have to sleep here. We're trying to help you out.
Right.
So when he wheeled out his body, all covered up. And she was like, trust me, do not go in. So like because he was Jewish, the rule is when you die, you got to clean up real fast. So his family came like 2 days later and cleaned it out. I wasn't home. I wasn't nearby. And the apartment people redid everything. New window, new mirror, new carpet. So by the time it was cleaned up, it didn't feel bad in there. And I had someone come over like you, Marina, who had... who was, what's the word? Not
psychic or some type of
cleansing it, like
and she was like, the energy here is okay because he was a good person, so there's no negative vibe. And she was like, but are you still gonna stay? And I was like, I liked it there, but everyone that came by was like, I had guys come by and they were like, guess what? I can't stay long because the nigga killed himself and. They wouldn't go to the bathroom. They didn't want to go in. They were so. I had one guy who was so. I would say his face. He was very light skinned, so he would get very red and flushed when he came over. I'm like, you guys are pussies. Number one, and two, maybe you're right. I should have left.
Right,
girl.
Why are you telling all the guys that it was a dead body in there?
Because
and when he did it, were you there when?
No,
he did
I was. This is the year I did JFL. I did JFL, and he did it the night before I flew back in. So I flew back in, and his door was always closed out of for privacy reasons. So I came back. The day I came back, my suitcase was still in the hallway. I ordered Chinese food, lay down on the couch, took a nap, and ate my food.
He'd been in there all that time.
And his body was in there decomposing. And I heard smell it. And I heard no. Here's the thing. I heard his phone ring, but I was like, maybe he forgot his phone. But although I'm like, he's never forgotten his phone. But I didn't. But I didn't go check when I heard the phone ring. I'm like, privacy, whatever.
Oh, thank God.
So my doorbell rang, and it was the cops and his boss. Like, hey, he's never missed work or has not been able to call and get him. The cop was like, we're here to do a welfare check. I'm like, all right, cool. Go back there and check.
How many days of work missed? 1 day?
He missed 1 day. I know, more humor. I'm like, nigga, I've been gone. I have jobs still calling, looking for me. But he missed 1 day and raised a red flag. So I'm like, go ahead and look. So I'm sitting in the kitchen, and they were like, yeah, he shot himself in the head. He killed himself.
Oh God.
And I was like, what? They're like, you didn't know? I'm like, I just got back. So of course now, first of all, I'm now a suspect, clearly. So he got my ID, the cop, and ran it. He's like, no, you were on a plane. I'm like, yeah, I told you I was on an airplane. So now I'm no longer a suspect. And then the EMS or whatever, the coroner came and wheeled him out.
Thank God you did not open that door.
The cop, everyone was like, if you had opened that door, you would have been scarred for the rest of your life. There then. And they locked the doors. They're like, we're going to lock the door for you. Do not go in there until they clean it all up. But I still was not, I was sad, but I wasn't flustered. Like, oh my God, I got to get out of here. And when the owner of the building came by, he was like, look, if you want to move, you cool. We'll break every lease, get the fuck out. And I was like, no, I'm fine.
You're like, no, I'm good. 1,500. Everybody was 1,500.
Who likes looking for an apartment in fucking LA? Nobody.
Exactly. Looking for an apartment in LA is such a headache. It's like I would rather deal with a dead body than leave.
Do you see my face, Jackie? Like I had a cat. My cat that I loved for 20 years died, and I had to leave for like a month. I couldn't be in my apartment.
Your cat died?
I love my cat.
Oh yeah, you had a relationship.
I love my cat. I love my cat. But the thing is,
you had a relationship.
Yeah, I did. He was my man for a long time. But the thing, I mean, and he didn't like any other man. So
hey, Big J. Sorry.
Oh, Big J. So then I was I was really confused. Like for 2 months or so, I couldn't be in this space. I had to change the space. I painted the walls and everything just to
really.
I had to change the energy of the space.
I mean, I did burn sage in his room. Didn't that kill everything?
Oh, Jack.
Kill everything.
Thank God.
The way you just phrased that.
I know, right, Marina? Didn't that just kill everything?
You know what? I'm a little bit morbid. I'm a little bit dead inside. So I was kind of immune to whatever was going on.
And to make a point, like you said earlier, you didn't have a relationship with this guy. It was very like he goes to his room.
It was business. It was very cordial, friendly, and he was very respectful towards me as a man. So I kind of felt like when he went, I was like, well, God, God got him, and we're cool.
You got an angel.
Yeah, he was a really nice guy. He would volunteer to help with stuff and take the garbage, which is so nice.
Now, Jackie, that's a good. Yeah, how old was he?
He was 31.
That's a great question.
What was he going through?
I was going to say, you don't know what he was going through? What?
No, I have no. And I found out later that he was going through a divorce. His family let me know he was going through a divorce, and it got finalized after he passed away. And they kept calling to get his mail, waiting for the divorce paperwork to come in. And what was funny is that his friend or whatever, cousin or ex-girlfriend, kept calling to ask about the paperwork, and I'm like, it's just me, but I think his divorce is final now. y'all don't need the documents. It's final. He's gone
because he's dead.
Yeah,
but here's the thing, Jackie. Do you know that a lot of people don't put their matters together before they die? Like all of us at this year.
My father died and didn't do shit.
This year should be the lesson for all of us, is that at this time, no matter what, we're all going to die at some point. The way you preserve your family sanity is by preparing for those things before you go. So it's possible that even those papers, it's like you got to, someone still has to deal with that.
Right.
Family.
And not even for just, I mean, that is very important too, of course, the papers and the property, but for yourself, do you want to be cremated, or do you want to, like, if you don't want to be cremated, if you don't like fire, you need to write that shit down. You know what I mean? Because somebody's going to burn your ass, and that's easier and cheaper. So
because I saw what my father's thing entailed and was so convoluted, I said, I'm like, you know what? I want to be cremated. I don't need all of this crap. Because if I wasn't with my mother and my aunt when they were making the arrangements to buy the casket and stuff, they'd have had my father put away like Elvis. I'm like, y'all can't afford none of this shit. Even the casket. The casket. We're looking around, and the guy who worked there was like, we have this mahogany. I was like, he does not need all of this, but because his wife, you know, my mom was like, she want to send him away nicely, but I'm like, you ain't got the money for this shit. We need a basic casket. It don't got to be satin lined mahogany blessed by Jesus. We need a box to put him in, and then and then at the actual funeral home, getting that together, it was like a salesman, a Toyota salesman was there. He was so salesy that he spent all this time trying to get me, my aunt, my mom, and my sister to buy a plot in addition to my father's plot.
Right, and then you need to get a couple more plots next to them. So what do you got? You want to be near your family, right? You got to keep your family together.
My aunt and mother, of course, were very solemn and whatever, but I'm still a comic / sad. So he's like, one day, aren't you going to die one day? I'm like, no, nigga, no one's dying again ever. He's the last. And when I tell you that he didn't find that funny, but he was pushing me. I'm like, I'm going to curse you out. Give me one plot and let's get the fuck out of here. No one's buying an extra plot. He wanted to get the whole family.
Well, people do that, Jackie. They really do buy the plots because by the time you do die,
now's not the time.
The land is gone. And, you got some stranger next to your husband, and some stranger next to your twin brother that it could have been you, or like.
But that's money. He wanted. I'm like, we barely have.
I've got 2 people and 1 cat in my closet right now.
Excuse me, what?
And they're like,
now, Marina, that is disturbing.
In your closet? You mean
the ashes? Who are the people?
Who are they?
My dad, my sister, and then Billy, my cat.
Well, why aren't they on the main
like they
outside?
Just gonna be in there? They want to be in the closet up in there with the coats.
They don't want to be in the closet
with the coats.
Look at Jackie. I can't look at it. I just can't look at it. And I haven't figured out. I haven't dealt with it at the closet. I talk about like, in the closet. I don't.
That's cremation abuse, Marina.
When's the last time you got laid in that apartment, Marina?
It's been a while.
Your daddy in the closet. That's weird.
I don't. It's because I don't have like an urn for him. But
I also urn. It don't cost a lot. I'll buy you
a base, girl, from Home Depot.
I don't want to keep. I just want to spread the ashes somewhere, but not in New York. Possibly Vermont.
Have you been too busy to get in the car
and drive? Take a little weekend trip for daddy.
Rent a car. You want us to go make a plan?
Yeah, we make a trip. Come on.
Will you guys help me?
Yes, we gotta get them spirits out.
Just so you know, Zainab came over to my house one day, and I told her that. She said her face. You know how pretty Zainab is? Her face dropped. She's like, Marina. I was like, I don't know what to. I haven't dealt with.
I can see one, but you have 3.
Did you get stuck with the people? Who, your dad and who else? Like, did you just have to get stuck
they didn't really figure out my dad's situation. My sister has like, they can take the ashes in parts, so that she got like an actual lot in Chicago. My dad, not so much. So, and it was his matters weren't together, so we had a situation. So I took the ashes. I was the
what are you procrastinating?
I was the only one who was left that really loved my dad like that. The rest of them had issues still. So I took the ashes, and they're up there. Yeah, they're there.
They had issues.
Y'all better make up with your children. They gonna be, I don't want that nigga's ashes. Y'all better make up with your children.
He's dead, and they're still like, fuck that nigga. I don't want him in my house.
Box. Girl,
but you still might end up in the closet, so it don't really mean much.
Daddy box. No.
Girl, get daddy out of there.
I love that I have this on you now. You need to get your shit together and get rid of these bodies.
Alfred, Jackie, you in New York.
I just don't want to put it in the Hudson River. It's not going
to put it nowhere you don't want to. We can find someplace beautiful.
Like Hawaii, but then I have to
what did your dad like?
Those ashes.
Yeah, what did he like?
What did Yeah, what did he like? Did he go fishing? Did he like
He did
golf?
like New York, actually. He brought me here, but my dad
Central
was
Park.
very active. No, not Central Park. I don't like Central.
It's not about you.
You're right.
Right.
I don't know.
Daddy.
I don't know where else I could take him. Maybe Hawaii.
Where was he born?
Where was he born?
Chicago. Chicago. It was always Chicago.
Bring him back to Chicago.
You know what? I was
to the lake
next to my sister's lot in Chicago. I was going to try to buy from the.
You ain't got to do all that, girl. See, did you thinking too? That's why you in the closet. You're doing too much.
You're thinking too much. You're overanalyzing.
A plot of land near a lake just so I can sprinkle Daddy's ashes. Daddy just want to get out the closet.
Girl,
like R. Kelly.
Okay.
I need for you to make a dead body slushy and put all the ashes together, just make them all together and bring them someplace nice and bury them with the family.
And Billy.
Your cat?
I don't know if Daddy want to be buried with Billy though. You know what I mean? Like old black men they don't really fool with
fuck with cats.
So
they're not fucking with cats.
He be like, don't have me with that damn cat. Right. I don't think he might want to be around Billy.
What are your sister, you said?
Yeah, my sister. But she's also it's been in parts. So she actually has it's in a, what do you call a mausoleum or something? Like you could go
the mausoleum.
You can visit her there, and then I have part of her here.
I mean, people do keep ashes in their house forever, but are they in a, what are they inside of?
No, she's in an actual nice little, I could get it. Let me.
Oh God.
That would be a
lot.
Diane.
Yeah, we have new guests. Go get your guests.
That'd be a lot to go in that closet.
That's hard to get.
Let's see the dead body.
Yeah, I want to see your family. Go get.
Let's see your family. I'm sorry, that was rude. I'm sorry.
No, that's gonna be too much for her.
Yeah, that may be. I realized I was like, you know how you just start. You're like, yeah, and then you're like, no, maybe not.
No. If
it's gonna celebrate life.
Yeah.
All right.
But it is
been there.
I do need to deal with it.
How long? Okay, how long have they been in that closet?
Ooh, don't tell me. I'm scared of that answer. 8 years. I'm gonna put 8. Somebody else.
What is this? It's 2020.
We had a New York apartment at least 35 years.
She's so right. But it's 8 years for maybe 10 years for my sister, and about
I told you
5 to 6 years for my dad.
How long for the cat?
The cat has been for Billy for 2 years.
The cat been in there for 2.
He passed in 2019.
I thought you were looking
18,
for love.
18,
are you looking
19.
for love in your life?
Oh, yeah, but they don't know that's in the closet. I'm not going to share that.
No, that energy. You just telling us.
It's about energy, Marina.
I'm on Match.com. Doesn't that work?
No, your energy is all jacked up with your dead family in your closet.
Yeah.
I cleaned my space. I feel like I like them being there. I feel like they're with me.
I mean, if you're happy with them there, I mean, you don't have to get rid of ashes. I
feel like I should, but I do. I think that's the thing. I'm still attached. So I got to figure out what to do. Like, I got to let go.
Gotta let go. Yeah. She's holding on, Jackie, for something. That's what it is. You are
something going on. Do you want closure because you got it?
Well, maybe it's about the ashes, because when somebody buried at a cemetery, in your mind you could think, I can always go to the cemetery.
They're there, yeah.
But once you let go of those ashes, they're gone. So maybe it's like physically, like there. Once you do something with them, that's it. You can't go look for the ashes. You know what I mean? They're out.
You know how I can relate to that? When my father passed, I was in LA, of course. And when I came back, he was still in the funeral home. And I'm like, well, can I see him alone? And the funeral director who owned the home, like, we're gonna go get him from the freezer, put him in a room like where the wakes are held, and we'll have him, and you can go visit him. So I went by myself, and he was all dressed up, ready to go in the casket by himself. And I was in the room with him. I sat there, and I was kind of like, it felt comforting. Me and my father just in the casket alone, chilling. I hadn't seen him since he passed away. So I walked in. Of course, you fall apart, and then then you get it together. You're like, I'm kind of like, maybe we can keep him this way. Like, how can we preserve him in the living room? Because I felt comfort, even if he was laying there. It didn't feel gross. It felt like my dad's sleeping. So I get it. Where when the actual physical body is still there, you feel like they're not gone yet, for real.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I honestly wouldn't have a problem with Marina's situation if they weren't in the closet. If they were out,
put them on a mantle or a nice,
you mean like
on the radiator by the window.
You mean up there? Should I put it up there?
That's perfect.
But then you gotta see. Then you have to address it every time.
I know.
You know what I mean? That put them in the closet. It means they're there comfort wise, or just because but you don't have to relive it every time you look. But every time you look at that urn, you gotta think, oh, my dad, that's my dad, or that's my sister. And when we did this, remember back in the day, we used to go to Six Flags, and it's a whole thing.
Yeah, I don't even have any pictures. This is the only pictures I have up. Look at this white family. That's Jim Gaffigan.
Who are they?
His family. She said, I have Jim Gaffigan's family. They're cute. Astronauts.
Oh, who are they to you?
I love his. I work with Jeannie with this nonprofit organization, so I'm close with the family. But it is funny.
You don't
that's
have
the
your
only
own family.
But that's not your family.
Yeah, that's Marina. There's an intervention happening right now. You didn't even know you needed it, girl. I'm so glad I could be here.
Do other comics know that your family's in your closet?
Zainab's face. I have never seen her face go
that crazy. Right.
I was like, oh,
I need you to write about this.
You know what? Like maybe what is the word when someone has I forget the word, empath. She has like energy. I can tell she probably feels it. And that's why she was like,
yeah, Zainab is good with energy. Yeah.
She probably was like, this is a lot to
not right.
having in life every day.
I just can't look at pictures. I have a hard time looking at pictures.
Even 10 years now, he's been gone 10 years. You're still.
I have a hard time looking at pictures. Yeah.
But see, you have to get over that hump. I think even if you start writing about it in your comedy and do that, this is like it's funny. You know what I mean? So that'll just help you releasing it and being able to be closer to it. Therefore, because you are releasing it.
Have you done jokes about
this? You keep this space.
I don't know if I'm ready. I can always tell how my body responds to certain material, but I think it's probably the fact that I'm feeling this way is probably good material. But I also know that Keith Robinson used to always beg me to do material about my dad because he was so funny.
Yeah.
I mean, because my dad used to always say, when I dated a white guy, he used to always say, baby, he don't know he's white. The way he walking around. Does
Who's
he know
white? Your dad?
My ex-boyfriend. My dad used to always say that. He goes, this white boy don't know he's white. And his hand used to always move like that. Marina's like a bird. That's what he would say. She's like a bird. I think he was calling me flighty.
God,
but he was a funny man. I mean, I have a lot of half siblings. I have my older sister's 6 months older than me. We have our mothers were both pregnant at the same time.
Dad getting it in. All right.
And then I have 2 younger half siblings that, they didn't really have a relationship with him. Yeah. So it's a fun family.
Yeah, I got a few strays too. Black men be getting it in behind the family's back. And when they die, you're like, who's that? That's where he been all this time.
Oh, I know there's someone else out there. That's what I said at my dad's funeral. I go, this is for, my sisters. And there, we know there's someone else out there. Just, let us know.
I forgot to ask when my dad passed. I forgot to ask if one of his son. I forgot all about him. I forgot to ask if he came to the funeral. Maybe he didn't say nothing. Was kind of on the low.
Your brother, your step
brother, half brother. More. My father was a really attractive guy. He got it in out there. But no one.
He might have been there.
No one discussed.
He might have showed up, been in the back row, sitting around.
Might have been
sitting in the back. And then dipped out. He
wiping the tear away every 5 minutes,
crying.
My dad was funny even when he was dying in the hospital. I remember I was taking care of him. He had a stroke and I was taking care of him. I was flying from New York to Chicago constantly every weekend because I was the only one who really, had a relationship with my dad like that. So I was in the hospital and he said, baby. I said, what, Dad? You know what you need? I said, what? You need a drink. You're stressed out.
Your dad is right.
Do you drink, Marina? Daddy?
I don't drink, but he was like, my dad drank though. My dad drank he was an alcoholic basically, but he was a fun alcoholic, I'll say. Cause he used to take his medicine his diabetes pill. Maybe I take my pill with my drink. Look at that. And he did it for years, you know, and I just never really, it was never like one of those things where family could intervene. It was always like, well, leave Lee alone. He's funny.
You know what's funny? In Black families, there's always an addict that no one labels an addict or discusses because we're like, he good, he's fine. As long as you don't.
That's what he does.
Break the law, we're good. You know, as long as he's cool. Are you in therapy, Marina?
I was for years. I'm good. I'm good now, except for those boxes.
Yeah, your therapist know about your family in the closet?
She didn't tell the therapist about the boxes.
I kept some secrets from her.
Do that. What's her name so we can text her?
I did keep some secrets.
If you were to hit your therapist now and be like, "Hey, I left this out," they'd be like, "Bitch, all that time, and we didn't discuss that."
I know. Right. I should call. I'm calling her tomorrow, Jackie. Thanks.
You brought it up.
I put the pin in it. You give me a things too.
Okay, yes, we help. We're helping.
Like, you guys are helping. I need to deal with it.
Energy. You and your house music dancing videos and all these problems you got.
I know. You didn't know that behind that wall is a closet.
Her family
full of bodies.
Her whole family. Okay. I gotta go. So I wanna. What are you guys' opinion on open relationships?
I'm not with it.
Like what's open, like sex and like
I'm considering making a proposition to the guy that y'all know about. I'm considering asking him if he would be okay with us being open because he's not good at the boyfriend thing, and I don't want to let the sex go.
Jackie, you don't want that.
I know you don't want.
You just be honest with yourself. You do not want that. I have seen you go through it. You don't want that.
Okay, first of all, this is very abrupt. Second of all, it's because I know that he can't offer anything but that I'm kind of like, I'd be okay with it. I know what he can bring to the table, and it's not much.
But at the same time, are you going to be looking?
Do you not think you can find penis that good nowhere else?
Oh, of course I can.
But not even that. Hold up. If you're going to be getting the more substantial characteristics or needs from this other guy, right? Like the boyfriend, all that attention stuff. So really, that's not even fair to him if you're getting dicked down by somebody else, but yet you're giving your heart and having this relationship that you really want with this new guy.
Open means I would no longer give him my heart. I would give him my spare time every now and then.
No, we talking about the new dude.
I'm talking about the new guy. To act like a boyfriend.
He doesn't exist yet. Y'all worried about the dude that I ain't found yet?
No, we were about you.
Oh,
right. Like, we worried about you.
Oh, I see. You let him know you're. Oh, I just start searching.
Open as in everybody know what's up. No,
but that's just we not exclusive. I'm dating. I mean, we not exclusive. I'm dating. That's life. That's you ain't gotta call it open. No,
yeah, that's Tuesday. What's that?
Yeah, that's ain't no rings on my finger. That's what that is.
That's what.
That's ain't no rings on my finger. That's what. That's
okay.
That's right.
Yeah. Okay, Jackie. Are you doing this because you want to be open with other people? Because if he is now open. Are you going? How you gonna feel if he out here?
I don't want to know. My definition of open is I do what I want to do, and I don't tell him, and vice versa.
Do you think he will keep you safe while he's being open?
That's deep. I don't know.
That's such a great question.
I don't know.
Because it can work if
if
there's a mutual respect and he out here just rawing everybody. Like, come on, fam. We too old for this. Somebody got to protect themselves, and you gonna protect yours, but is he gonna protect himself and you if he's open?
That's a great question that I don't know how I would prove or
I can answer it. No.
Okay.
No. People.
Christina Forrester said you about to open Pandora's box. She is so right. Yes, that's.
So, but the reasons why I wouldn't do it because I cannot guarantee that he'll keep me safe. That's
on Match.com like me and just find somebody.
I don't. When I say that I don't like dating and I know how to cut off the whole dating gene, it's because I know that when I do get in, I jump all the way in.
Right.
So I'd rather be casual and focus on work and let men be the side fun.
What about the baby mother? Is
I don't know nothing about her. I don't know shit. That's why I'm kind of like I don't want to worry about it. I don't know anything about her. And I'm like, I'm like, if you and I keep doing this, I have to meet everybody. And he's like, well, of course, down the line. But, you know, a black man's down the line is 7.5 years. Where a woman's down the line is, nigga, it's been 9 months. And I've known you most of my life. Let's
Next
go.
weekend. Right.
Yeah. So I don't want to go through that anymore. I don't want to be like, well, our timelines, and this is not just him. Every black man I've ever got serious with, they're like, it's only been a year. I'm like, it's been a year. We don't think the same way. They don't have a calendar.
It takes a while to really know someone, though, don't you think?
No. To know whether you to know
whether longer than a year.
I've been known this dude since like.
But I'm about to say Jackie knew this guy. He
but I wasn't. But for 20 years, I wasn't here. I would just visit him when I came home. I wasn't with him.
Right.
But I'm still like. But my whole family knows you. I don't know nobody in your family.
Yeah, that's a red flag. That's
why I'm like,
yeah, he showed you what it was. He telling you what it is.
He telling you.
Men are not complicated.
Marina's face.
Men are not complicated
at all. They're very simple.
There was a guy that I kind of liked, and he has never said it, and I'm like, is he going to pursue? You know what? If a guy wants you, you'll know. If a guy wants to be committed to you, he will tell you. If a guy doesn't tell you that, he's going to show. Yeah,
that's where it's confusing, because this guy shows it until I put pressure for more than what he thinks is showing it.
Well, he didn't show you his family. That's not showing it.
Well, no,
he's giving you what he wants to give as a relationship.
I did in the first 2 months, 3 months, 4, but now it's going on a year. So now I'm kind of like, what's up? You know what I mean? And I don't want to put pressure with the whole what's up. I'm like, either you can meet me halfway. Like when I was younger, I'm like, I need to meet him now. What's up? But now that I'm older, I'm like, I come here, you come here, we figure it out together. I'm not pushing.
I think you need to leave him alone altogether. Like it's just either stick with that or leave him alone altogether.
That dick is good.
There's other dick out there, Jack.
That's a good dick. Oh yeah,
it is. She always talking about it.
Look, she praying to God right now. That's some good dick.
What do you want? Right, and what do you want from him? Like,
she ain't gonna let it go in the pandemic. I'm sure.
Yeah, now's a bad time to be all independent and right, isn't it?
Yeah.
You can say what you want from him. Like, what do you want? Do you want to
to be your husband?
Not really. I don't think he'd be good at it.
Well, then what you doing?
I'm not sure I want to marry anyone, because I know that I feel like marriage is a trap for unhappiness. Because I was married before and I hated it. So I may not be cut out. I'm cut out to shack up with a guy forever, but I'm not sure about this whole ring thing again.
Well, won't you just ride him out through this pandemic?
Literally.
And then,
not to bring up the morbid thing again, but if you don't get married with someone that your partner and you're with them for a long time, when you die, they can't even go and deal with. They don't get anything.
They don't get fucked. I'm gone.
But they have to still. They want to see you. The family. They won't let them in the hospital. All kinds of stuff gets complicated.
Right. Little stuff. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
How we get to that?
Because that's a
life is true, Jackie. And then it's gonna be us having to deal with your affairs. We're gonna have to fly to New York.
Yeah, I'm gonna have you in my closet.
Y'all gonna
be in Marina's closet. You do not want to be in Marina's closet.
Y'all gonna have to go through YouTube videos. What did Jackie want when she died?
She got you in a mason jar, girl, because she don't have one urn. You know, you in a mason jar.
Bring her to my closet.
We're gonna drop Jackie off at these comedy clubs. We're gonna each split a little
bag together. I'm an organ donor and I want to be cremated. I don't want no fuss. When I'm gone, be like, she was fun, but she gone now. Move on with your life. I truly.
Jackie,
that's the thing is people left behind that you want to take care of.
Well, I'm considering getting life insurance because it don't cost much. When I see how much it costs on TV, I'm like, that's $20.
Yeah, we should all have life insurance. You know, that's actually a money. What do you call it? Investment. So
yeah,
you can borrow against life insurance. It's like,
oh yeah, true. And I used to have a license to sell a year.
Earthquake was breaking it down to me. I was like, really?
And if we're on planes all the time, you should be like, this ride. This might be the last flight I take.
I'm still stuck on the fact that you have not met his family. That is a problem.
I was gonna say, Marina.
But here's something about that, Marina.
Problem.
There's a part of me that doesn't care.
Well, that part.
Marina's face looked, when you said that, Jackie, Marina's face looked like how our three faces looked when she said she had bodies in the closet. She was like, that's why your face was in shock.
Yeah, because I was like, that's a tale. That's because Jackie, I've heard you talk about him, and I know there's feelings there that's deeper than.
I do love him. Yeah, that don't mean he right for me. I love everybody.
That's true,
Jackie. What you want from that man? What you want from him?
Yeah.
More than.
Do you want commitment without the ring? You want him to commit to you, and then like
you want him to have a great job.
So far, he is committed. He don't know that I want open and I want to get out of this committed because it's not going well.
Right.
Okay.
But so, you want him to have better employment. You want him to be like.
I want him to fucking change. He's not going to. He's almost 50. He's never going to.
Right. He ain't changing.
It's over. It's a wrap.
This is another. What?
Hi.
If he's almost 50, acting like this, no.
It's over. He is who he is.
That's it. They don't change when they're about turning anywhere over. No, that's it. That's 30, who they are.
For life. I know.
That's why I used to date the little ones, because you can mold them. You can help them out.
You mean younger or little?
the babies. The younger ones, you can tell them, this is how you do it. This is what this. Yes. And they don't know.
The younger ones are.
They don't know.
They don't know anything. It's wonderful.
I get turned on by the ones that were too young because we don't have nothing in common.
Yeah.
Well, you don't want them too young.
Jackie,
you just want them young enough.
What you got in common with this dude besides that y'all have known each other and he got a good peen?
I mean, we're both West Indian. His family's from Antigua, so we have that in common, and that helps when your cultures match.
That's true.
Yeah.
And physically very compatible. I put a lot of weight on physical compatibility. That's part of my problem. But I need that to be happy. I'm not going to deny it anymore. If we're not physically crazy for each other, I'm gone. I have settled down with
that passion.
I've settled down with the safe guy, that really good guy, but the sex be. I don't want that no more. You have to know what.
Blow my back out, baby.
Sometimes you have to find out, you know what, there's recently a guy that I'm friends with that I was never attracted to, that I'm starting to have feelings for deeply.
Ooh,
and nice. That is the beginning of a good relationship. Yeah, I've always known that has never failed. Whenever you have someone you didn't plan on, you know, you're not exactly attracted to them, they become attractive to you.
I can't do grow on you attraction. I've tried that too.
Well, Jackie's so stupid.
I've done it because men gotta try. They're not algae. I can't do grow on me.
It's not really grow on you. It's like pop up on you. It was like, okay, you're an adult, and I ain't seen you. Okay,
I haven't met a man that I haven't already known who is not a comic or in entertainment in a decade. I haven't met a strange dude like in the streets.
Match.com.
Look, I'm dating is annoying. I've done it. Trust me, I've been all up and down the site.
I'm talking to a guy on there right now. He's pretty cool and he looks good. I don't know. We'll see. It's fun. What are we doing during the pandemic? What are we writing scripts or are we finding love?
He's like, what's the priority here?
Right.
What are we doing?
Can't we do both?
That's true. Whenever I get on Tinder, though, they be like, so what are you doing right now? I'm like, nigga, I'm chatting right now.
That's what Tinder is. Swipe and let's hit it, or no. Tinder is instant sex.
If I had my own crib, I'd be back on that, but I'm in my mother's house that I grew up in. I mean, it's my house too, but it's mommy's house.
Yeah, so mommy's there.
That's also why I've cut off the hoe in me, because I can't hoe it out because I'm not in my own crib.
We're not saying you should hoe it out still.
I was getting it in. I was having a good time.
We're not talking about hoeing.
Right. Thank you, Marina.
I mean meeting someone and doing what you want to do in the moment.
Jackie, you're never going to get out your hoe phase. I think you have a lifetime hoe phase.
What if I like being this way and it works for me?
That's fine. That's fine. But you can't, like, you can have that, but don't try to fill the void with somebody just because they're around. You can be a hoe with somebody who has everything that you need.
I don't think
I know that's right.
I don't think you can.
You don't think so?
No.
Or this, all I would say, and I said this before, as long as you don't end up being like Mary J. Blige, if he don't got nothing going on and you end up financially taking care of a household with a man in there, Don't get back into no corner where you locked into taking care of that dude.
Girl,
say it again. Sue you when it's over with.
No, that's why I don't want to get married, because something might be happening soon for me where financially I'm gonna have to be concerned about what does he have, and if you don't have shit, I need for him to have shit. And I'm
once
like,
you get a different tax bracket, bitch, you love. And
this guy knows about this possible thing that might happen, and I'm like, all you gotta do is keep me happy. But he's not even that bright enough. What?
You're gonna end up like Mary. Listen, she was making Ken do happy, and now he wants $300,000 a month.
That's what. Damn.
But he was taking pictures with the little artist that he was sleeping with. Had all three, like,
I didn't know that.
Right in Mary's face.
And he's allowed that money.
Yeah, because that was
a lot. And he came back and was like, "That's actually not enough," and wanted more.
It's just like Marina, the opposite. When I have to keep you accustomed to the lifestyle that you've been living, and she made the most money, and they were living together. So yeah.
Like example, Kelly Clarkson's husband is looking for what, 400,000 or $500,000 a month.
Yeah, he's a bum too.
Oh my God! What is up with all these?
Only getting 30,000 a month.
Who?
Sorry, but still, Kendu, Mary J. Blige ex-husband.
Oh, there you go. That makes sense.
30.
And she had to take care of his daughter from another woman in child support.
That's like what happened to Sherry Shepherd. Her whole thing. Women, when a woman got dough, you shouldn't marry anybody if you don't have a career.
No, you shouldn't.
You shouldn't.
That's why Oprah didn't get married. Oprah. We all the Oprahs on here.
You guys, I almost made this mistake too, because I was taking care of a guy, beautiful man, but he couldn't afford. He was broke, and I was trying to build him up, because you know how black men say, "Stand by us and build us up." But the thing is this motherfucker couldn't afford water, and when I say I couldn't afford water, I mean, I asked him one time to get me water. I said, just go downstairs and get a bottle of water.
Literally.
Because I was like, I don't have my filter wasn't working. I said, get me some bottle. He came up with discount water. It was on sale. I said, they put water on. It's like, this is a 2-for-1.
You're like, is this Flint?
What do you mean discount water? It wasn't like Fiji. It was some no-name water.
It was like, it was like a dent in the plastic where you're gonna get cancer. That's probably why I got breast cancer.
Stop that.
Oh no,
she was a survivor for breast cancer.
Jackie, I do a lot you gotta be careful. You have to be careful.
That's why I don't want to get married, because I'm like, I know I'm gonna be fly, and I don't want anybody that's not rich or working to be with me.
So why not Match.com? I keep saying, now I know a lot of my friends who are successful on it. You get into details. They're very serious on that site. Why not?
I mean, I've done it. I've done them all. The last site that I was on, seriously, was blackpeoplemeet.com.
I did that
What
one.
What year was that?
87? 09?
I did that one too. That was ridiculous.
They went when the internet first came out. That was when
I know that
MySpace. I went on MySpace and found me.
That was the last time I would meet dudes and meet up with them, whatever. And I had fun on that site. And I had so much fun. I was getting repeats. Like, didn't I? Oh, my bad. Didn't I? Oh, sorry. I don't know. I'm figuring it out. We'll see.
Just protect your assets. That's all you can do.
I know.
Protect your health and your assets, and you good.
That's all that matters. You're right. Well, thank you for
that ass.
And protect that ass.
And that ass.
Your assets.
Protect that ass.
All right. Thank you, ladies, for this was fun. It went a whole different direction, but I loved it because Marina got issues and I got issues.
Well, I just found out an hour before coming that I guess I got glaucoma. I have to make another doctor's appointment.
What?
I went to go get my glasses, new glasses, and then they had to do extensive stuff because the pressure in one eye is up to 30 and the other one is 24. It's supposed to be 21 and under. So I got to go see a specialist. So y'all pray on it. And then my mother has it and my sister has it. So it's hereditary. He was like,
I have it too.
Oh, you do?
It's coming. I mean, my dad had it.
coming.
I have to.
Don't put that on your soul, Marina. It don't mean you're gonna get it. Stop that.
They already checked my pressure, and then this year went by, and I wasn't able to go in to get the pressure check.
Was it high last time?
What if you smoke all the weed in the world, Courtney? Would that help?
I don't know. I think inhaling adds pressure. I don't know.
I think so.
Don't make it up. You don't know.
No. I think you're right about this one, Jackie.
What, weed? It helps. She's like, it's a good plan.
This is a good plan.
When are you going to go have it rechecked, Courtney? When is that happening?
Well, they gave me referrals, so I had to make the appointment, and hopefully he's like, don't wait a week, and I was like, damn, a week. So yeah, so he was like, don't take forever, and I'm like, I'm not. And he's like, I mean, a week, and I was like, he scared me with that one. I can't wait a week. Shit. All right, so. Whenever they can get me in, I'll see. I'll know more.
No, you'll be okay. Well, we'll all pray for you for this.
Thank you.
Yes, I'll pray for you too. And those drops, they'll give you those drops, I think, right?
Yeah, that's what he said. Yeah.
What those drops do?
You have to take drops every day. That's what my mom has to do too.
It takes the
so
pressure.
It doesn't deteriorate. Yeah, it takes the pressure down.
Everybody in my family my mom had cataracts one time, so I know
really?
that. And you don't feel like as you get older, because I think Courtney and Marina are close in age. I'm also close to the age too. So we're all in that age group where we're like, we got to have stuff checked out all the time.
I'm like, what?
I know. Because when they tell you, you're kind of like, me? I'm so young. Actually, I'm not. Shit.
I'm so vibrant.
I'm sorry. We're not our parents old, and we're not like Midwestern old. Because in the Midwest, if you 35, you actually 62.
Oh yes, that
you
is
had
so
3
true.
kids and 2 husbands.
Yeah, because
all
my girlfriend
diabetes and everything, and we had none of that. So
yeah, comedy keeps you young. Comedy keeps you
laughing does keep you young and healthy.
It does. And your mind's sharp because we're always thinking, right?
Yeah.
Look at us building ourselves up. Go ahead, like
I had 2 uncles. One died of Alzheimer's. All this shit is hereditary, but I rebuke it all. I'm like,
I know that's right.
I rebuke it all. I'm like, God, and my father had Parkinson's. I'm like, I'm not getting shit. I am going to die a stallion, a female stallion. There's no way.
While you're rebuking, make sure you do some research, Jackie.
I know, miss. I know.
Don't be rebuking without the veganism and all that, the stuff that can actually help.
I'm gonna die with a rib in my mouth. Ain't nobody gonna be.
I know that's right. Me too. I'm a carnivore, Jack.
Okay,
We're gonna eat them together.
I'm gonna be happy, Marina.
I'm talking about Dr. Sebi here.
Okay, well, Marina, I'll definitely have you. I'll have you back because you fit in all night with all your issues.
Oh, thanks, Jackie. I had fun.
You're my first New York connection with my ladies. I appreciate you saying yeah.
It's nice to meet you, ladies, too.
What you doing? Log on right now.
Good seeing you again.
I want to see you when I say goodbye. Bye. Thank you so much.
Bye, ladies. Thank you so much.
Bye,
everybody
y'all.
follow Marina if you haven't. Courtney and get to know her. And I'll see you next week. I'll be back next Monday with us. All right.
Yay. Thanks, Jackie. Bye, Cornelia.
Ladies.